right, everybody, welcome back to our channel. I am Asad
and I'm Adrian.
And today we're going to talk about our property purchase in South Africa and the process. But before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the little notifications button so you can know each time we drop a new video. And we'll be dropping videos about 3 times a week. So when we first announced to our family, friends, and followers that we were thinking about leaving the U.S.
It's not safe anymore.
See, I feel like it's time for us to go away from here, you know what I mean? I've been thinking about it for a long time. T, let's go to Africa.
Shit, be for real.
Yo, I've never been more serious in my life.
It started from our trip to South Africa. You know?
Right.
So we've visited quite a few African countries. I think both of us felt really at home when we went to South Africa. We loved it for all different reasons. I thought it was a beautiful country, had a beautiful environment. And I think you just felt comfortable there. Like it just reminded you of home.
It did.
In the ways of like ease of life and transition and all that stuff.
I say it reminded me of Houston or Atlanta or whatever have you. It also reminded me of New Orleans. Growing up in a city, pre-Hurricane Katrina, 68% black. Mm-hmm. So I grew up in a city that was like black, you know. So when I got to Johannesburg in particular, it felt strangely familiar.
And when we left, we said, man, we want to get a place there. Like, I think we both left and were like, we want to come back and buy a second home in South Africa.
We need a place in South Africa because we plan on visiting that much. After much consideration, we realized that if you're going to buy a place, maybe it's not going to be a vacation home. Maybe it'll be an investment property. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's kind of do an overview. Property 24, put in your price range, put in your area of town, locate the property, contact the agent, do a virtual walkthrough, get a home inspection, offer the purchase, look at the financials, secure a property manager. Now that's the process for us. Now we purchased what is called a sectional. In the United States, it's like an apartment, right? It's like a flat. If you're in Manhattan, you buy an apartment. I'm from New Orleans. It's a new phenomenon here, right?
Condo.
Well, kind of, sort of, but in New Orleans, you don't buy apartments, right? You rent apartments and live in them. You buy houses, right? But you know, in places like New York and Chicago, where they're built up, meaning they built up with apartment buildings, you can actually buy an apartment. So what we bought is an apartment. It's a sectional. It's a piece of property within an apartment complex. We discovered Property 24, and Property 24 is like a MLS site. An MLS like multi-listing system. I'm not sure what MLS stands for, but MLS in the United States is where you can go to see all of the listings of homes in a certain area that are listed by different real estate agents. You know, Century 21, Prudential, Remax, and you can see all of these homes listed on this one site. So Property 24 is much like that.
Yeah, and this is what we're used to in the States. So when we were curious about, let's say, what properties cost in Ghana, in Accra, or in Tanzania, I didn't find a site like this that was this comprehensive. You know, where you could like contact, you know, a real estate agent and get the information for that. And it seems like the numbers are inflated in other places.
Right.
So this is just something that we were familiar with.
So Property 24 is very user-friendly, very easy to navigate. You can put in the price that you're looking for, right, or the price range, the area of town that you're interested in, and the number of bedrooms, and boom, it's going to pull up a list of the available housing by different agents. And what I found, again, familiar was that I saw Century 21.
Yeah.
I saw
these companies you're familiar with.
Remax. I wasn't familiar with Rawson, but I was kind of familiar with Rawson.
We bought in the Sandton area.
Yes, we did.
We ended up buying in the Sandton area. We chose that area for a few reasons. One, I think our trip to Johannesburg, though enjoyable, wasn't long enough I think for us to fully understand all of the neighborhoods and, you know, areas and fully understand that housing market. What we knew from looking at data from COVID-19 and how well rents have held up in Santon, despite, you know, the lockdown and layoffs and the economic impact, is that it's fared well throughout COVID. So I think that was a strong indicator that this was more of a risk-averse area to invest dollars in.
And we did get some real estate advice from an agent who advised us to stick in a certain price range, because anything more expensive and anything less expensive, you risk having your tenant default. So there's a sweet spot in terms of the price range of the house that you can buy and the rental demand, where those people are least affected by job loss, right? So after we were on property 24, we scoured and we looked for the right property. We were specifically looking for a property that had a tenant already in place, because we didn't want to go through the process of having to buy a property, then locate a tenant. And so fortunately, our tenant is in place through 2021.
Hey, Stu, your rent's due, mother.
What I have discovered is that on property 24, you can actually go to the listing agent, right? And you can click to leave an email or send an email to that agent. It's a lot of times it just disappears into thin air. You don't hear a return. So for a while we were sending emails and just not getting a return. So that's when we started calling. So the agent is listed and the agent's number is listed. Sometimes the agent's cell phone number is listed, and you can pick up the phone and give them a call. And just keep in mind the hour differential.
You're gonna be up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, so we're staying up to sometimes 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning to catch them at 9 and 10 o'clock in the morning. And call. Now, once you call, let's talk about this, because this is important. When an American calls, from our experience, a South African real estate agent saying that you're interested in purchasing the property, there sometimes is a little hesitance. You're calling from the United States. You know, they want to know a few things. First of all, you know, why are you buying in South Africa?
That is on the first question.
Yeah, why are you buying in South Africa?
Why?
And two, they want to know how will you view the property, and we'll get to that shortly. But once you get past that hurdle and kind of let them know who you are, tell them you're an investor, tell them, you know, you're looking to buy a property, rental property, or you're looking to buy a second home, or you're looking to move to South Africa and you're interested in purchasing a property. But there will be some questions in the beginning. Now, here's a little bit of a difference that we learned. The price may be listed in, let's just say, 600,000 Rand, right? But it may have a notation that says the owner is expecting 640,000 Rand, right? So 600,000 Rand may be listed, but it's not necessarily the expectation of the owner. That's a tad bit, different in the United States. In the United States, the price is inflated for the most part, and you begin to negotiate down from there. So as opposed to the price that's listed is kind of like the baseline, and you negotiate up. So however, you can still negotiate down, because we bought our property and we negotiated down. So all the properties that are listed are not in that mode. Some properties are listed and the list price is what it is. Other properties, you will see that list price, but then the owner may want maybe expecting more, so he wants you to negotiate from that point on. But we, again, approached it as a business, and we negotiated price. So the listed price was not what we paid. We negotiated a good 10% off of the asking price.
I'm looting Lindy. And when you buy from Lindy, you save yourself a good penny.